Hi, before we get started with this video, I want to make a huge apology for the people that have donated through the Buy Me a Coffee link that I sort of published 8-9 months ago, I think on one or maybe two videos. Alison, thank you so much for being super generous. Buy Me a Coffee doesn't let us know when people donate. I think they let you know when the amount reaches an amount where they can transfer it to your bank account. And to Jill, my sister, who also donated, thank you so much, both of you. I'm sort of embarrassed about not responding earlier, but I guess better late than never. So thank you so much for being so generous on the Buy Me a Coffee link. I'll be including the Buy Me a Coffee link in all of our videos from now on, because I do realise that people do want to support us in some way. You can do that by joining on YouTube or on the Buy Me a Coffee link if you don't want to do regular things. So thank you so much again, and super sorry about not responding sooner. But now, let's get on with the video. Well, we've decided that after the stressful week we had last week, where Just William was in the dealerships for the suspected damp at 30 to 40%. Well, we found that it wasn't that, so really no opportunity and no need to reject Just William, was there?
No.
So
no, they said it was a false reading. So
false readings,
yes,
yeah.
Said that's what it was, a false reading on the
seems
check. Bit odd, but there you go.
Yeah, seems like the first damp report was completely nonsense. So they've done a complete new damp report, new hab check, fixed everything. Literally every little problem that we had with the van is now completely sorted. Yeah, so how are you feeling now?
Well, I'm glad we're back in one of our favourite places in Arundel. So we're gonna and we're just gonna be here and see how see how everything goes. You did a damp reading this morning. Mind you, it has been raining overnight. Yes.
I took a damp reading this morning from inside the garage. The big thing is there was no droplets of water around the inside of the garage door seals, which was like every day that was happening. It's been raining. There were no droplets of water. We've been just as condensation creating as usual, haven't we?
Yes, we have. Yes.
Yeah. And there was no actual water inside the garage. We're gonna see, aren't we? We're really, really happy to have Just William back. We really are.
Yes.
We never really wanted to reject him, did we?
No.
No.
No, we didn't. No.
And you know, it just one of those. I think it's one of those just glitches. And we're very happy to be back. This is we spent last night in the van. We're going to go on this week. Everything else is good. So stay tuned, because we're going to be doing sort of almost live damp reports this week, aren't we?
Yeah.
So
yeah, we're going to use the oven. I'm going to put the oven on. I'm doing some jacket potatoes today, so I'm going to see now if the heat stays in the oven and doesn't get the cutlery burning hot, which lives above it. Here, look, you can, there, just above here. This is the little oven.
So this is the oven, and we keep all the
like everyone does,
all the things wrapped up in cloths. So while we're going along,
and the heat would come up here, and it would make so hot here, and here would be boiling hot, really awful.
Just here, gets really hot.
And it worried me, and the smell.
This metal cutlery that we have would be very, very hot to the touch, wouldn't it?
Yes, yeah.
I don't know about the oven. I'm really unsure about it. I don't think these ovens are really great, but that's
what make is it? I wonder if anyone else, probably a lot of people have got this. What is that make? What's it called?
It's a Thetford duplex.
Oh yes, yes.
And my opinion on Thetford is that most of the stuff is complete garbage. We have a Thetford 3-way fridge. It sucks gas like there's no tomorrow. We're gonna just carry on through the week and, you know, show you how we get on in this like first week back in Just William after our stress of a week. Stay tuned. Well, now we're back into Just William. I need to keep an eye on the damp in the garage, don't I? So I've had this damp meter for quite a while, and I promised myself that next time we bought a van I would take this along and I would check everywhere. Guess what? This was in storage, so I didn't take it. It's got some instructions on the back, moisture levels for wood and brick, and it says for wood, which is what we're testing, 5 to 11.9 is low, 12 to 15.9 is medium, and 16 to 50% is high. So anything below 12, really, I mean, that's what you can sort of expect to be sort of low or normal. I'm gonna just pop it. This is the pinned meter, that wall there, underneath a window, where you can expect slightly elevated reading, but 0%. And I think that all around the interior of Just William, like, let me just push you around there, sort of here, this is all plastic composite material. So you know, we get sort of all around inside the van, we get 0, which is I think, you know, that's good. I like 0 damp. This one, which is the ultrasound model, and you can see it when I put my hand against it. It's reading like 60%, which is normal because I'm mostly water, as we all are. So what you're supposed to do is put this against the material, and even on that plastic, it's measuring 4%. On the, let me just turn you around here so show you where we are. So on here, with 2%. But I put it on the mirror, on the glass there, on the window, 3%. But that's with water behind it. So where you get, let's just put it on the cupboard up above. So on the cupboard, which is the sort of more wooden material, it's 6% on here, and I'm just going to measure that there. Yeah, with the pins, that goes up to 9.5%. So I think when you're stabbing into, I'll put my fingers across that, and that will give us 20%. What I'm starting to understand is the ultrasound model is potentially less accurate, so shows things up more. It will sense moisture more sensitively than the pinned model. Somebody said in the comments, sorry, I can't remember who, professional advice is, when people are doing damp checks, is to do the ultrasound, go around with the ultrasound, because that's quick, non-invasive. You're not keep stabbing the walls with it. And then where you find, slightly elevated, go across that area with the pins to get a more accurate reading. Once a week, more or less, once every 10 days maybe, I'm going to check the garage floor, and actually I'm going to do that now. So here we are with the 2 damp meters. Good news is, you might be able to see there's no water around there at all. So, yeah, that's really good. So, I normally keep a little cloth in there just to wipe any condensation off. There is a tiny bit of condensation around, just around the lip, but the floor feels completely dry, and I'm just going to move stuff out of the way. So it was all over this area here that we were concerned about, and that meter does say 40%. But I think that's because the floor is only like that thick. So when we go in here, we get a reading of 10 to 12% right at the back there. Yeah, we're getting slightly elevated readings just here. So we're getting slightly elevated readings in 1 or 2 points, but I will say it's not elevated enough to cause real great concern. And it's all solid. None of it is feeling damp at all. You don't pick up moisture on the cloth, apart from the real little bit of condensation around these lips. So now, having done the damp check today, and that's probably the 3rd time I've checked out the garage. It was a little bit more condensation in it today because it has been really, really cold. And we have been in the van a bit more, so there was a little bit more condensation than I would like. So we're going to have to do something about that, you know. And as I've said, people say ventilation, heating, and dehumidifiers. So whatever we decide to do, it'll be something around there. Lots of people on the Dethleffs owners groups on Facebook and elsewhere do say that it's a good idea to open the doors and give it a good airing out on occasion. So I don't know I haven't asked the question how regularly that might be. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on that and make sure that we give it a good chance to settle, you know, while we're in it. Lightly elevated damp in one corner, but interesting to note, the ultrasound, even where the floor was dry, was giving readings of 30-40%. The ultrasound's okay for quick checks all around, non-invasive, and then you need to go with the pins. So what we're going to do, I mean, we've got our Portugal trip. We plan for the first time, really, to make a really good stop off in Benidorm. Not sure if we'll make that, but that's our plan. Stay tuned for the rest of our lovely journey for the winter sun. We plan to do this every year for as long as we possibly can, and take you along with us. We're really happy back in Just William, really happy to have him back, and in a pretty good condition, enabling us to travel and continue this lovely lifestyle. I'm going to see you again in the next video. Please do subscribe, click the like button, and of course make a comment. See you again soon.